Welcome, everyone. My name is Danny Ross, your host for the Tuesday edition of the AI Lunch and Learn. If you have not already, please go ahead and add it to your calendar. On Thursdays, we have the AI workstation version of this call focused on entrepreneurs white labeling the BillBiz platform and part of the AIW team. And for that, it's entrepreneurs who are reselling the platform, which means they're white labeling it, they're changing the colors, branding, and making it their own. They're using the platform to make money. That's the difference. And so on that one, we do more live call where we are focused in on actually building out a white label. Tuesdays are more open. We have previous recordings in case you miss anything. You can click on it and watch a video, look at the topic, and you can see what we're covering. Some weeks it gets better, and I'm like 1 week behind, and then other times it's just crazy. My schedule, if I show you my calendar, you would not believe it. The idea is when you start into the platform, if you have never been here before, please put a one in the chat. I want to make sure I cover anybody who needs a little bit more explanation, but otherwise, we're just going to jump right in. If this is the first time landing in the platform, you're going to see this page here. The menu might be hidden if on mobile. You can quickly get that open. You can see initial apps, including specific ones for content creation. Today, we're going to touch on some new fun things you can do from a marketing point of view. There are videos here, including replays of the AI webinar. The next beginner video is going to be next week, Tuesday at 7 p.m. If you've never joined any of our calls, you definitely should jump on that one. Let me give you the link for that, just in case you want to start. What's good about that call is we give you all of the foundational pieces of using AI, including how to make a good prompt and things like that. I'll put that in the chat. Let me add my calendar link for anybody who wants to talk about a project. Finally, I should give you my email address, danny@digitalexpress.ai. There you go. All the administrivia, all the housekeeping is covered. Now we can get into the fun part. We have a lot of new tools available. On the Tuesday call, I like to show off anything new and get you going. Hey, Sonia, welcome. If this is your first time, drop a one in the chat. People have been sharing where they're joining from. Welcome, everybody. I love when we have new people. This is the BillBiz platform. On Tuesdays, I like to focus on that. If you are more interested in how to use AI in general, a really good call for you to jump on is the Tuesday evening call at 7 p.m. Next one is on the 27th, next Tuesday. I take you through all the foundational elements of how you can learn AI, learn how to prompt, and everything like that. That's a really good call, and that's what I just dropped in the chat for you. If you decide you want to utilize the tools that I'm going to show you today, that is simply at billbiz.ai. We have a 7-day trial. When you go into that app, it is at the bottom here. You can sign up for your free trial, and don't worry, it's not going to bill you until your trial is over. The platform has a lot of tools. You get 11 free books. If you're starting into the AI space, when you first land here, the menu may be hidden, but you can pop it out. There's lots of videos to get you started. If you've never joined, please sign up for the AI Lunch and Learn. Okay. Let's move on. New apps. I love to put the new apps down here. We kind of touched on most of these. I'm actually going to go backwards a little bit to one of the ones we spoke about. One of the things you may have seen out there if you are in the AI space, we've been having a lot of these user-generated content style videos, advertising, different things. From a marketing point of view, I want to touch on that using the website creator to build websites, because this is also a very important part of what we are doing here. Let me show you around a little bit. We have the funnels and websites section on the left, and the first app is the website creator. I think I shared it all the way down the pipeline. Let's make sure I did. Yep, I did. See if I can get this to pop up. There we go. I want to preview and I want to clone. You go into AEO website creator, and this is the best one to use. It's the newest. It's BAUTY Salon. All right. We'll call it Sonia's Beauty salon. Next. You can use a funnel. We have templates and you can preview them and build your website from any of our included ones, or you can use one of the shared ones. I just created this over the weekend. This is a funnel I built for my wife, who is starting a business and she's into sister locks. Hopefully you followed. Let me go back and make sure I may have not spoken a specific step. So let me go back and make sure everybody's followed me there. Again, concept is I want to create a new one, give it a name. Simple to do. I can use one of these pre-selected ones, or one of the ones that I have specifically shared with you. I am using the one I created over the weekend. I clicked on the shared funnel option, and here's what I'm going to use. Once you have it created, it'll drop at the top, and you can just click on edit, and now you're actually in that website. You can see just from the funnel here all the elements that are part of the website build. If you want to preview it, click the preview icon on the right. I'm going to build this out again so you can see how I did it, and we'll do that for another 5 minutes. Hey, Annette, Antoinette's on. Let's build out this example website so you can see the elements I use. Let's go back one step. We've got a lot of icons open, and we're going to exit. You can use the template and change the pictures and the images. I do want to actually show you how to build it from scratch. Just be aware that you do not have to build it from scratch. You can start and edit, and that's it. As soon as you do that, you've created that change. Simply save it. If I go back to preview, that's changed. That's how easy it is to edit. By showing you how to build it, you're able to create a little bit more. Can you follow and create my website right now? Yes and no. Follow and create your own website, but we're not going to build your website right now. I just wanted to show it as an example. Please drop in the chat if you have a domain name. If you're new and have a domain name of a business that you've already created, go ahead and share that business domain name URL in the chat. All right, let's go ahead and build out one here quickly. We're not going to build the entire site, but I definitely want to show you how to get started. Let's go ahead and we're going to build and create a new funnel manually and call it Sonia. So version 2. The name that you give it there is somewhat irrelevant other than organization. It's not shown to the outside public, but it does helps you organize your stuff. I'm going to start with a blank template so you can see how easy this is to get done. When I start up here, I'm going to go right here and click edit page. First thing you want to do, and it gives you a clue, is you want to add a section or a segment. Think of sections and segments as containers. And so you're going to fill the containers with rows and columns and components, kind of like a Lego building block. If we look at our inspiration site, you can see this covers from left to right, one big image. We're going to get a full width to start with, and then we're going to add a row. We can see how many rows are in our section. We're going to start with the first row, and in the first row, we're just going to drop in a name or logo, then build this out. And so the way that I have it, let me do this. I'm going to show you. We're going to kind of have them side to side. You can duplicate the tab by right-clicking in Chrome. If you have a big monitor, you can drag them next to each other so you can work back and forth. It's the easiest way to work on this stuff. If I go back into the previous already finished website example and going to edit, I can see the elements. That's why I came back here. You can see what we're going to build. We have the big purple. The purple is the container on the outside, the segment. Inside, you have a row and components and elements. It's like Lego where you build them together. We're going to start with the outside, the container part. I have the container. In the container, under settings, I see information about the container. I want to use a background image. I click on it. You can drag and drop or click the upload button. You're going to get this recording. So don't worry if you don't know what I'm doing, you can catch up later on. This image was AI generated. It started with her. Then I told it to make sisters with sister locks. So it generated siblings for her. Once you upload it, double click and it'll drop it in there. Now we're seeing it's back there, but you can't really see it because we have to make this section wider. What we're going to do now is just go ahead and add some content. So you have to add a row first. And in this case, I'm going to add a single column row, or you can add a two column row. Either way is fine. If you make it a two column row, so if I hover over it, it shows me that I have three columns, one row, three columns. The reason why I did that is because I may want to have the logo on the left and a menu item on the right, and it forces the image to the left, which is the design I wanted. I could have had the logo float in the middle component. That's one of the reasons why you would want to do this. It's laid out this way. Now, say three columns. Let's go back. I want to use the three column row and the left one for the image of the logo. By it being larger, it kind of forces so we can see more of the background. It's an idea of layering components on the background to get the look and feel. That's why I gave you the template. You can just replace the images with your images and boom, you're on your way, right? With a nice looking website. If you click on image, it'll give you the same place where you can select an image. Now we need to upload the icon. I have a logo that is different colors. I created them different colors. And purple is kind of nice, but problem with purple is it wasn't showing up on the background. I went with the cream one. I love how it just drops in here. It's invisible on the white background. Anyway, you can just grab it. Now you have the logo in the right place. We want to continue building out more things. What we want to do next is add another row. I added a row and this row has two columns. And again, the concept is from a layout, this is called a header section or the hero section. You want it to be bold. You want it to show your unique messaging. In the platform, there's a tool under content creation. The point is there's an app that will help you create these bold headlines. It'll give you ideas of things. And this one is a factual one. I just wanted it to grab the attention of someone visiting the site and why they should want sister locks or micro locks from a marketing point of view. Always start with the big dream generator. When you walk through that big dream generator, it's going to help you immediately get started with creating an icon. By the way, Annette, we're going to work on your website next. Annette is one of the original OG members, and we started on her website and we never finished it. You deserve that. You've been on here a long time. So let's add a row. We can do a one column, two column, and drag it where you want it. It could be above the logo, it could be below it. In this case, we want it below it. On the left, we're going to add some text. So we're going to add a new component. In this case, you can add a header. When it pops up with these components, you can see there's quite a few different styles. You can get buttons, you can get videos. You can get the two-step order form that I have on the BuildBiz platform where you can order things. Anyway, we're just going to get some text here. I'm going to copy this and go back in here. First, we're going to get a header. Then we're going to get a header. Now we have the header in here. You can't see the text because it defaults to black. If I paste it in there, I can see it by changing the text color to something visible. Now I can see what we have. You have to click the little gear sign to get this to pop out. In settings, as soon as you click on it, it shows up. When you're in the text, you have to pop it out by hitting the little gear button, and you can drag the size up to whatever you want it to be. We want it to be about 70 because we want it large. It might be larger. Let's take a look. Click on this component, see how big it is. I maxed it out. It's 100. You can come here and drag it all the way. Now we have it. You can make it left justified, bold, change the font. We have quite a few fonts. You can browse all of the Google fonts and pick out the look and feel that you want. We're doing sans and pop-ins and so on. You can pick the colors. You can pick a bold color. You can add a border. You can do regular editing things. There are some miscellaneous things you can do here with shadows and all kind of fun things. Okay, we're not going to do any of that right now because we're just building this out quickly. Now we have that part. Let's go back to our inspiration. We have a subheader here. I'm going to grab this and this all the way across. Simple. I go back here and I go to the bottom and I'll ask it for another row. This is one of the weird things that happens here when you can't get it to stay still long enough to grab it. Just click add a row and drag it over this way. And so now I've got another row. I'm going to add another component, in this case, a subheader, because it's smaller text. And same issue, it's going to be black until you change the color. I'm going to paste the text in there. I'm going to change the color so you can see it in white. And then we're going to make it a little bigger and so on. Now we have that header section. You'll notice the picture is repeating. That's not what we want. You can go into the settings of the section and say, we don't want it to repeat. We want it to be one nice big image. And boom, that fixes that problem. It's so simple to do. Yes, it takes some forethought to create each component, but the editing part is simple. I'm showing you how to edit this from scratch. So you can take the template and make changes. Let's go one more component and switch to another topic. I have another big topic I want to cover today. If this is the first time you're here, please don't panic. This is a bit more advanced. Go to the Tuesday class, 7 p.m. Eastern. Next week, I'll start from the very beginning, okay? This is more for people who are already in the platform and they're just learning new stuff every week. That's what this component class is for. All right, where was I? I was creating the next section, add one. It can be all the way wide or semi-wide. If I go back to the template, you can see this one from a section point of view. If I go to settings, it tells you the name of it. You can change these names, but we're not going to do that today. Then you can pick what it is. Is it full page? Is it wide? Based on this, it's wide. I'm going to say I want it to be wide, and I'm going to drag it to the bottom. It's below this section. And so now I have a wide element, and then I can add the rest of here. I have one wide segment and the right sidebar row. What does that mean? It means that, here we go. I'll click here for a new row and it'll show me the options, one column, two column, but I want the right sidebar row. That means the left component is wider than the right component. It's a good way to lay out text and images next to each other. And I can see, okay, I want a header, a section of text, another header, another section of text, right? You click on it. As I said, it'll tell you what the component is. It's a headline, okay? Click on this, it'll tell you what the component is. It's a subheadline. So very easy to kind of figure out. And this one here is a button. Let's build this section quickly. The headline can be whatever we want it to be, and we're going to make it easy and copy this over here. Yes. Books, and we'll add an element and an image. Go into the image editor here. Boom. I don't have an image of Sonia. We can go here to stock images. Oh, that's interesting. That is not what I'm looking for. You and I have talked about this many times if you've ever been on my calls. Bias is built into AI tools. It's unfortunate, but true. Whenever you are trying to get an image, you do have to be very specific. Somebody remind me, I do want to add a class on different melon tones and skin tones. We'll do that on one of our classes. Welcome to Sonia's Lux Locks. We just added this headline component. Now we want to add another one. Go to components, add components, this time subheader, drop that below it, get the text from here. We've got that there. You can pick out colors. By the way, if this text color is not the color you want, you can just change the color and you can kind of pick whatever color you want. I have a tool that can get the exact hex code. This is the number of this color. You can get exactly the color you want, but that is close enough for government work. All right, there we go. Now that you have the component, you make it a little bigger if you want it to match what you have. You have this text, you can make it a little bigger, etc. Now, shortcut, we just want this same style down the page. Take this one, go to the component level and duplicate it, save a little bit of time. As you are working, remember to hit the save button. If your website or internet goes blank, you don't want to lose all the work you've done. This thing does not auto save. Please save after each section or so. Remember to save. Very important. I don't want you to lose it. Also, by saving, it clears the memory so that it essentially will free itself up. All I did was click on the duplicate button here. Now I have two headlines and two components. There you go. We're done with that. That's how easy it is to lay this out. And we might want to add the button down below. You can add a button further down on the right, and that'll get you going. I'll pause here and see if there are any questions or if anybody has specific things they want to talk about before I go to the next section. I'm open to questions. So just go ahead and type your question in the chat if you have a question. All right, cool. We're doing very well. Let's see if the UGC is rolling. Once you click save, you can preview. We built that in a couple of minutes, and I think it looks pretty darn good. Please go ahead and experiment. Don't be shy. Just go ahead and build. Save it, clone it. You saw how I created that one. If you've started a page, you can hit clone and keep trying. You don't have to worry. Just go ahead and clone it, make changes. If you use one of the templates, copy one, and you're good to go. Let's see. Content creation. We were talking through some of this last time. Yeah, there we go. We got super agent, author, sales agent, AI video avatars. I was playing around with this earlier. They still haven't fixed this button that's almost invisible. This is the button to generate and create. Developers are great, but sometimes they miss something. You can click on create a new AI audio avatar. What is an
Welcome to Delinda Davis Design.
Delinda's actually on the call. We were playing around with this and had to pivot on what we ended up using. This is what we call a UGC spokesperson or a user generated content spokesperson. And it's the ability to have a person read a script, an avatar read a script for you that showcases your brand. You can play around with it.
Welcome to Delinda Davis Design. Dreaming of a space that reflects your taste and lifestyle? Whether it's a small refresh or a complete home overhaul, start with us. As your designer, my role is tailored to you.
One of the things that we've been seeing a lot on the internet, let me see if I can go into here without causing havoc. If I go into my regular Facebook, and now I'm logged in as my wife. Let's switch accounts. Danny. I want to see if I find one of these. Oh, all right. It's going to make me do this. Yes, it is. All right. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I keep it secure because if somebody gets your Facebook password, you are screwed. You want to make it extremely secure. And I do recommend a password manager. The reason being that if you're using and reusing the same password, all of your information ends up on the dark web. You do not want to be using the same email password for Facebook or the same Facebook password for email. This is a really bad idea. Oh, I have my two-factor authentication. Sorry, folks, I should have set this up before. All right, let's do this. Trust this device. Let's see if I can find one of these videos. It should pop right into my feed. I've been getting, because I'm part of the 1000X team, I've been getting these videos almost on a consistent basis. No, I can't find one. This is hilarious. Why can't I get one when I want one? Is it because I'm not on my phone? A lot of times when you're not on your phone, you won't get them. Let's see if I get one now. I cannot believe when I want one. Oh, here's one. Yes, here's one. But this is not the style I want. This is the same company, Famous.ai, which is what Deal.ai, the company I work for, 1000X, is owned by Deal.ai. And Famous.ai is one of our new tools, which I will talk about on the next couple of sessions. But that is not one of the ads I wanted to show you. I thought I had one pre-done. It's a UGC style. I wanted to show you how easy it is to create. One more refresh. If I don't get it, the Facebook avatar algorithm does not want me to do this today. It happens when you want to demo something that has been popping into your feed every day for the last week. When you actually want it to show up, it's not showing up, but that's okay. I will find one and show you. I have tons because they pop up all the time. I haven't been saving them because they've been popping up so much I didn't need to save them. I will proceed with the demonstration without the video sample for you to see beforehand. I haven't been creating those videos and I didn't want you to figure out what I was trying to do. We'll go ahead with what we have. You can upload a script. First, have a script. I went to the AI sales coach. I told it what type of script I wanted and why, and had it just essentially just create one for me. We're not going to go through that whole exercise this week, but we will in the future where I walk you through how to create a script. Let's create a script. And I'll drop this into the chat. We're going to do just a piece of it. I can do this to give me a version with just the script. No narration. You don't want the narration in your script for the avatar because it's actually going to read that. We don't want it to give us all this narration stuff. And it's running it right now. Give me 1 second. If anybody has questions, drop them in the chat. I'll give you my email address again. What you're going to do is give it the script. There we go. And then you're going to give it, there we go. And let me give you the prompt I used to create this script. Because a lot of people ask me, how do I get that prompt? It's a simple prompt, actually. I just told it what I wanted. Here is the script that it created. And now I can tell it, this is 1:30, which is 90 seconds, perfect length for video sales letter, any of the above, however you want to use, call it. Let's go ahead here. So you can create your own, use your own voice if the avatar is you, or pick a voice.
There is no greater harm than that of time wasted.
And so you can pick a voice, find one that fits what you like.
The years teach much which the days never know.
It is not so important to know everything as to appreciate what we learn.
I'm just going to go with this one for now. You can now continue to avatar. If you don't have enough credits, top it off here. I'm going to grab 5,000. You can see the price point for these credits. 1,000 credits is $6.99. There are many, many apps that do not require any kind of credits, but the apps that are like this one, which are intensive video, do burn credits. Just be aware of that. And there's lots of other tools out there that you can utilize as well. But you have to be remembering that if I was to pay a human, it would cost me a lot more than $5.99 for a task. Or in this case, I'm doing a very complicated task and it costs $29 to renew, but it is only 1,300 credits. That's maybe $10. That's the way I think of it. Hey, is it worth $10 to do this task? Then see if you can find a different way to do it. Upload an avatar. You can pick an image you want to use. In hyperrealistic, you can create your own images. Let me get out of this website and go back to content creation. You can create an avatar. I used this one to create this girl. A stylish, relatable Black woman in her 30s, and you can drop that in there. Another way is to go with an animated character. I wanted to show you some of the previous videos. I wanted to model this after. I wasn't going to try to use a human model. I was going to use more of a cartoonish character model. And so you can build these out in a lot of different ways. Let me find the examples I was utilizing. This is the prompts I gave it to you to create this image. Then you download it. WEBP is a good format. Then you upload it and say that's the avatar you want to use, and just grab it from your downloads folder, organize and name these things. So you can say that's the one I want to try. and developers are still working on. Instead of using a human avatar, use a more character-driven character because you want to have it be realistic enough that it takes your script and makes it funny, or you want it to be, let's do this. Let's play this.
Hey fam, you will not believe how I launched my business in a weekend with zero tech skills. I thought I needed a whole team, a graphic designer, a copywriter, a funnel expert. But nope, I found BuildBiz.ai. One platform, over 90 AI tools, all working for me like my personal staff. Need a website? A website creator. Free hosting too.
And the reason why I'm playing it is because you want to do it at this step before you go to the next step, because the next step will make this video. You want the text working for you and listen all the way through.
Want promo videos? AI Video Maker. Gorgeous. Scroll stopping. Content sounding too robot-y? AI Humanizer makes it sound like me. Super Agent handles research, emails, reminders. The Academy App Wizard turned my YouTube videos into a paid online course in one day. I'm creating hyper-realistic images, crafting marketing hooks, writing emails, all while sipping iced coffee in my living room. The best part? It's only $19.95 a month. That's like one overpriced latte and a muffin. If you're a young entrepreneur, side hustler, or I have an idea, but where do I start?
I'm going to change this avatar in our next session, but I just want to let this generate so you can see the results. I do want to have a more cartoonish character doing this for me. And the reason why is because then people are not judgmental on the realism of the avatar. It's a cartoon, so they know it's a cartoon. There's a psychological advantage of using cartoonish characters instead of real characters. It's effective because it's still, and if your avatar is truly crazy, I wanted to show you, it's annoying me that I can't give you an example of what I'm shooting for here. I'm still not seeing it in my feed. The one time I want to see it. Let me do one more thing. Let's see. Funny enough, I don't use the desktop version very often. Can you use prompt to create the background or upload an image to use for background? Of course. To answer your question, Delinda, are you talking about for the website? If you're talking about the website, of course. Oh, for the avatar, what you're going to want to do is go into conversational AI and play around with changing things. So you can tell it what you want in the background. That tool is under new AI apps and it's called conversational images. You upload the image and say, change the background behind the avatar to this. And it should get that done for you. All righty. Let's see. How far are we? It's still generating. Good, good. Keep asking questions if you have questions. All right. Has it done? 58%. Keep putting questions in. I do have to hard stop at 1 o'clock. I joked about my calendar, but I wasn't joking. I am now working for my AI overlords, and my AI scheduler puts an appointment on my calendar every half hour, unless I block it out, which I did for our 1 hour call. Thursday is the next session, 12 noon Pacific or p.m. Eastern. I appreciate you guys jumping on these calls. We're going to keep having lots of fun with this. This is going to finish just in time. I got 5 more minutes. Come on, you can do it. Let's see if I can find it. I know what I can do here because it does show up in my phone, Facebook feed all of the time. It's almost finished. Be patient. I promise it's going to be fun. I'm an optimist. What can I tell you? It's so funny because everybody who's generating with these things these days are having different experiences with them. This is one of my favorite tools to play with. You're going to see a bunch of these ads out there all over the Facebook world. And in case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just scrolling through on here So Alex may have taken down some of these ads because they were definitely not hitting. If you're running these types of ads, you have them run at a certain schedule, which is how I do it. Almost there. This is the meta ad library. You can search a particular category. Everything is slow today. I know who it is, Alex. There we go. We've got an ad running with Mr. Wonderful. That's always cool. Let me show you one of my favorite ones.
I didn't always make good choices. I'm a strawberry. I'm sweet, seasonal, bruise easy. But I had an idea. An app. Called Drip Drop. A dating platform for overripe produce. No judgment. No pesticides. Just vibes. I don't know how to code. I did what any emotionally unstable fruit with a dream and low blood sugar would do. I slept with a programmer. His name was Kyle. Wore toe shoes. Had a sticker on his laptop that said, "I heart soy milk." He said he'd build it. Never did. Man ghosted me harder than a banana in a blender. I cried. I watched Shark Tank for 7 hours, then I found Famous AI. I typed my idea, make an app for fruit who feel too much. Boom. Built the whole thing. Front end, back end, the whole fruit basket. Even had a crying peach emoji built in. Now I run Drip Drop. Over 4,000 berries. 3 engagements. 1 confirmed citrus-related incident. We're in beta and therapy. I didn't have to beg. Didn't have to code. Didn't even have to text Kyle back. Famous AI built what he never could. You don't need to sleep with a programmer. You just need to believe in yourself. Famous AI.
Like I said, they're hilarious. And the idea is UGC is you see them in your feed all the time. Paying somebody to do these kinds of ads is very expensive. You want to have a style that matches your brand. But the idea is you can use something like that to get you going. Let's see what our spokesperson is ready.
Hey fam, you will not believe how I launched my business in a weekend with 0 tech skills. I thought I needed a whole team. But nope, I found BuildBiz.ai. One platform, over 90 AI tools, like my personal staff. Need a website? Website creator. Free hosting. Want promo videos? AI video maker. Gorgeous. Content's AI humanizer makes it sound like me. Super agent handles everything from research to emails to reminders. The Academy app wizard? I turned my YouTube videos into a paid online course in 1 day. I'm creating hyper-realistic images, crafting marketing hooks, writing emails, all while sipping iced coffee.
When you do this, don't use something with hands prominently. If you have something like hands, the logic here is to keep the hands moving. So it's showing the other phone that's just wandering around distracting you. I would crop this image and just focus on our face and maybe one hand. This is not a bad failure. It just needs some tweaking. I would go back and change my image. I have a couple of other images that I can use, and then I'm going to develop the avatar one. Folks, I hope you had some fun. I hope you saw some really fun AI magic. Please play with the website builder. And to answer Sonia's question, have I tried Famous AI? Yeah, I work for the company. So yes, Famous AI is fantastic. We are going to do a session on it. That's where I have to go now. I have an appointment onboarding for a new customer on Famous AI. So I got to go. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves out there today. And we're going to continue on. I'll see you guys who jump on Thursday. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next Tuesday. All right, everyone. Have a fantastic day. And it's been a pleasure as usual. Bye-bye.